Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some more Mr. Robot. Previously on Mr. Robot, well, the last few episodes have been a roller coaster, emotionally draining, and just non-stop punches to the face, the gut, just every part of the body really, just nothing's been left unscathed. But we effectively ended on a note where all our sort of major characters have come to understand how they've been manipulated, how they've been used. Tyrell has learned the truth about his family, how that's been kind of used against him. Elliot has had a full breakdown, gone into Mr. Robot, I need to just let him out, I guess, kind of mode. And Mr. Robot has also learned that he's been used. It's just a big old used. Everyone. Angela going to a crazy place, seemingly. It's just a lot. Just a whole bunch of emotional damage going on for everyone at the moment. And we kind of left off with White Rose seemingly winning the day, like got over on Price, has got the FBI off the scent, apart from Dom, of course, who's like, yo, you're gonna get away with this. What is going on? How we let this happen? So there are absolutely things in place for where we're gonna go from now. I assume Dom is not gonna let that lie, and she's gonna have to be extra smart now in terms of how she's gonna go about solving this whole thing. Elliot's gonna have to fight to come to terms with what's happened so he can get back on the horse and try and rectify the situation as best as he can, because there's been so much death in a second, and oof. But I'm excited to jump in, see where we're going next. But before we jump into this episode, please remember to hit the thumbs up if you enjoy the reaction and the review that happens afterwards. Also, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and then you won't miss a single video, get notified, all of that good stuff. And it's just the best way to let me know, hey, we want more of this. I'll subscribe because I want more. So that's how that works, I suppose. And then there are links down below for all the other things, Twitch, Discord, all the fun stuff. We'd love to see you there. But for now, let's jump into this. We're in the past again, the cinema, the happy place.
You know what to do.
M&M's and popcorn. Now that's a mixture right there. God damn.
How long are you gonna be mad at me? Told you I was sorry.
You're not sorry. You're just sick and don't want to admit it.
Okay, that's what I thought was happening. He knew. Is at the point where he knows, and he's mad.
All I'm asking is that you forgive me. You think you'll ever be able to do that?
No.
Oof. You do not want to hear that when you're dying. That sucks. I mean, he is a kid. He is a kid who's processing something fairly traumatic. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Somebody call 911.
Seeing the turn, I guess. Oof. Fucking cold, Elliot. But yeah, he was fucking thrown out a window. A lot of drama, a lot of shit for a child to understand and get through their head.
Shh, the movie's about to start.
I've just noticed we're in a letterbox. we're in a letterbox now. Amazing. Wow. That's the best logo yet. So are we to insinuate that Elliot started maybe inventing the imaginary friend from childhood? That persona started to grow from there?
When you delete something, you're making a choice to destroy it. You choose to delete because you need to free up space. Is that what happened to Mobley and Trenton? Were they unwanted? Taking up too much space?
The show is very good at using the hackerness, or computers in general, for allegories. And Rami Malek sells it. He brings the emotional hit to it.
You need to talk to Angela. She is not doing well. Last time I saw her, she was going through a full-on breakdown.
I don't care.
Just a bit.
She should be breaking down.
Oh, damn. God damn it. To be fair,
You haven't left your apartment.
she was perfectly happy to explode an entire building. But she does need help. She needs help.
E-Corp's still gonna be just fine. Because of E-Coin, consolation prize, at least we get to be miraculously off the hook for everything. Yes, sure, a couple of good people had to die in disgrace for that. But who's counting at this point, am I right?
That's what this is about. You can still get rid of him.
You don't get it. I tried everything. He won't leave. Because I wanted this.
I like
It's hard to tell if he genuinely
You're really scaring the
means
shit out
that.
of me right now.
I mean, a part of him must have conceived it himself in order for it to all happen. But I don't know if I would describe him liking it. He's been completely in turmoil the entire time. Like, I don't think that's an example of liking something. Just making excuses for himself, I think.
I need to find my own way to cope with it. I just want to be alone.
I don't think that's good for you right now, Elliot. I don't think that's a good idea. I'm in a complete state of untrusting paranoia.
You'd be doing me a big favor.
Of course. She's practically family.
Little doggo. Save that doggo.
Yes or no? Yes means ridding myself in the world of Mr. Robot forever. That includes you.
I think I know where this might be going. Elliot, don't do this. Don't you do it.
Oxys, Xannies, Roxys.
Morphine. I'll take it.
Perfect.
The whole bag.
Yep.
How do we know each other again?
Referral. Well, we got a friend in common.
Take off your shirt.
Yeah, it's pretty sus. It's pretty sus.
See, people don't usually come in here trying to buy Hard Andy's whole stash unless one of 3 prerequisites are met. They got their nose up some fuzz's ass, which we will soon ascertain. But 2, you're trying to resell in my market.
Option 3 is...
Which leaves 3. Life that unbearable, baby?
Yep, that's where it was going.
I was a friend of your brother, Mobley. Just wanted to pay my respects.
Doesn't deserve respect from anyone. Do you know how much he's damaged my career?
Don't believe the lies you read about him.
It's been all over the news.
Oh yeah, because the news, 100% correct. All of the time.
There's no way I was gonna pay for a terrorist funeral.
Yikes. Big yikes. All over. This is kind of interesting though. I didn't expect Elliot would go to these lengths.
I went to school with your daughter. I wanted to say she was a good person.
Just so they can know the truth.
I want you to know she's innocent.
Somebody did this to her. This country now blames Muslims for everything.
I don't know why, I just didn't expect the show to go like this deep into these implications, but I'm kind of happy that it is. I don't know why I didn't expect it. It's absolutely something I should have expected this show would do, or at least touch on.
Thank you for saying nice things about my daughter.
Good job, Elliot. Good job. Please be inspired to do the right thing after all this. Please. Please. Don't you fucking do it. Don't you do it. You got work to do, bud. There's people's names in the dirt, and you know it, and you can't let that stand.
It's a lot of pills. Are you sick?
Did he fucking follow you? How did he get here?
Where are your parents?
Who cares? I don't need a babysitter.
He's gonna see himself in this kid. Here we go.
Why do you think my sister didn't do anything wrong?
When did she send that email to? Who did she email? I need to know this as well.
It's the way we always go. My sister used to take me this way after prayer. What do you pray?
I don't.
You're lucky. So boring, and your face is always up another guy's butt. The mosque, Shama used to trip whenever she put her. I can do it while standing and not fall down. You wanna see?
No. That's awesome.
Can you do it?
Probably. You sure this is the fastest way to your
Elliot
home? I
having
gotta
to
get
be
back
dad
Coney
now.
Island.
Why?
This is just making Elliot, like, understand where his dad was at when he was a kid.
I've never been to the movies.
What?
My
Never?
parents say it's too expensive.
I mean,
sucks.
that is pretty expensive. You're
Would you
not
take
wrong
me?
about that.
Take you where?
To the movies.
Can't take you to the movies. I told you I have something I gotta do. This is serious. I can't sit here for 2 hours.
That's what I'm telling you. We should go to the movies.
Kid brings up a good argument, Elliot. I mean, it doesn't look good for you having a random kid with you, but still.
We're only going if something good is playing.
Back to the Future. Yes, there we go, a marathon. We're on. Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Back to the
First of all, The Martian looks like shit. Second of all, you've never seen Back to the Future?
I mean, I love The Martian. I love The Martian. It's a good movie, but it doesn't hold a candle to Back to the Future.
What are you doing? You just ruined it.
That's genius.
Best way to eat popcorn.
It's the best way. Genius.
Wow. That's good.
No shit. Come on. It's about going into the future to change the past and coming back into an alternate present day.
No, it's much simpler than that. It's about how one mistake can change the world.
That really got down to the nub. That really got down to the nub of it.
Do you mind holding my flux capacitor for a second? I gotta clean my glasses.
For an episode about someone contemplating fucking suicide, we really went somewhere, huh?
Great, Doc. I am rich, though, right?
Marty, please, take off your shirt.
He's gone! He's gone! Where'd he go?
Come on, dude.
He's never gonna watch the whole movie. It's never gonna happen. How do you piece out of Back to the Future? How do you do that? Crazy. Absolute craziness.
Try me.
One of the companies is deploying on the
Looking for a mosque.
Masjid al-Rahman or the Islamic Society? Come on, we'll figure it out. I have good friends in both places. Come on.
War of the Worlds, huh?
Why not?
Because it's about the end of the world.
No, that's incorrect. At the end, humans actually persevere.
It's true. I mean, the aliens also get a bad cold and die. But they do persevere at the end. Important thing to remember, Elliot.
I would have come here with you if that's what you wanted. This isn't cool, okay? I gotta go.
Is it that important?
It's a nightmare.
You are.
So are you.
I wish you were dead.
So do I!
Jeez. This episode's an emotional roller coaster. God damn.
It wasn't your fault. Or hers. It was mine. All of it. So don't blame her or yourself.
You talk about yourself a lot, and you're not allowed to wear shoes here.
Not gonna trip when I put them back on?
We'll see. I'm the only person in my family who could be president. Isn't that cool? I would find a way to bring back my sister. I'd put the real bad guys in jail. And I'd make everyone eat Pop-Tarts for dinner.
Oh, God. Don't you just love just the innocence of youth? Just
be a dictator.
Be a dictator. Everyone eat Pop-Tarts. Everyone. That's all you get.
It's like a really bad...
Oh, God. This episode is...
Looks like your parents still...
It's an emotional one. He had a key the whole time. The whole time he had a key.
Had the keys this whole time?
Thanks for taking me to the movies.
That kid did you a solid, Elliot. He did you a solid.
Thanks, Elliot. Sorry I made you late. Hope you can still do your important thing. Can I see you again?
Yeah. Before you go, I'll take you to see The Martian.
It's a good movie, Elliot.
Always bad.
Stay here. I've got something for you.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good wrapping this round. Giving Elliot this perspective that he really needed. No. No, hold it together. No. We're not doing this today. We're not doing it. A lollipop.
Because you said you were sick.
You have that lollipop and you feel better. That's how the lollipops work. He's gone back.
You're gonna have a funeral for your brother. Proper one. Your problem is you never knew him. If you did, you'd know he's not capable of that. Probably change your corporate email password. Don't feel special. I hack everyone. You and your law firm swap some shady memos I don't think the IRS would look too kindly on.
Oof. Oof. Go in, Elliot. Go in.
If you don't want me sending him out, make sure your brother gets a funeral. Got these from Hard Andy? One of your shady clients I was talking about? I won't be needing them anymore.
Yes, Elliot. Fuck yes, Elliot. Doing the things. He's back, baby.
Start writing you.
He's back. He's back on it. Doing the good work.
It's me.
It's gonna be Angela.
Angela.
Yep.
I'm worried about you. Say something that could snap you out of this.
It's a fucking good shot. It's a fucking good shot. Again, with the black and white again. Fucking Bill and Ted. We're doing fucking Bill and Ted now. Bill and Ted music.
Remember when we used to do our wishing game? And after we made all our wishes, closed our eyes really hard. We thought the harder we closed them, the stronger our wishes would be. Because the ending was never our favorite part anyway. It was the wishing.
I can't begin to explain how much I fucking love this entire episode. And it might be cheating by using Bill and Ted and Back to the Future against me, but still.
No matter what happens, we'll be okay.
I hope so, Angela. I fucking hope so. We've got a bunch of episodes still to go, but... Oof. Ugh. God damn. This fucking song slaps, dude. It slaps. Uh-huh.
That's the thing about deletion. It's not always permanent.
Huh? He got it back. He got the jacket back.
Where that thing you thought had no value suddenly becomes important.
Email. Email. Did she send the email to you? There it is. There it is. There is the email. May have found a way to undo the hack. What? Okay. Is this the journey? Is this the next step? Is this the next step? Oh, god damn this episode. Oh, oh, how did I hold it together? I don't know how I did it. Oh, this fucking song. Fucking loved that episode. I don't know how the reaction's gonna play off because I kind of kept just getting absorbed into what was happening. And so yeah, apologies. if a lot of this reaction is just me just warping into it, I don't know. Just after having a bunch of episodes that were so big and chaotic and everything just popping off, to come to this much more contemplative and quiet place was, one, a nice change of place, but also much needed, and especially from Elliot's point of view, because it feels like we've had a period of time where Elliot is, it's been very much a somber piece for a while now, and it's nice to come back to Elliot and just re-establish where he's at in all of this. And given the current situation of the story and where we are, it feels important that we should touch that stone and not gloss over it, and absolutely right to have a whole episode dedicated to our central character and what's going on with them. So yeah, I'm just very happy that we got it here. I guess I should sort of say, I don't know, I'm tempted to put this at the top of the video as well, but this episode clearly deals with themes of suicide. So obviously we're going to talk about that a little bit here, but as always, let's go through this and talk about what happened. So we kicked off with a flashback of Elliot soon after being pushed out of the window. He's got his arm in his brace and found out about his dad's illness. Very annoyed and angry. A child processing a whole lot of trauma at once. Someone he thought he could trust with everything has not just betrayed him by not talking about his illness or wanting to do anything about it, but also caused great physical harm to him. The persona of Mr. Robot may have started being formed from this time because he starts talking to an imaginary friend in the theater. But yeah, it's an interesting thing to start off with, to sort of give that insinuation and context as to how long Elliot may have been in this headspace. And because I have wondered about that. I've wondered when did the Mr. Robot persona actually start for Elliot? So it seems like it's being insinuated from kind of this point. I presume that was his father's death, or at least being hospitalized and then death, you know, it's a big moment. It's a big moment for him, and it would make sense that when that happens, the Mr. Robot persona would start to sort of leech onto him. But also, just a good way to lend an extra bit of context for what happens later in the episode and how it all swings back round. It just gets you in the right mindset for the themes of the episode and how we're seeing it through Elliot's eyes. So it was a good use of flashback. This show has a very good use of flashback, I will say. I'm normally not a fan of flashbacks, usually. But I have to say this show does a really good job at utilizing them exactly when they're needed, and always in a way that is contextually important to what the rest of the episode might be about, rather than it being kind of throwaway and seemingly a bit unnecessary. It always feels necessary in this show for whatever reason that episode is doing. Once we got back into our present day, we had Elliot wiping the computer once again, standard procedure as he says, but also setting it up as, you know, using the technobabble of using a computer, deleting files as allegory for real life, removing something from your life when you think you're done with it, you don't want to think about it anymore, and also the fact that it's a choice. They kind of talked about that, is that it is a choice that we make to remove something from our lives in that way, and like processing that through his knowledge of computers and therefore telling us in narration about that. Good. I like how we can take the themes of the show being about a hacker and then making that about real life. One, it makes all of the stuff that happens in the show more emotionally available for the audience, whilst also, you know, keeping on topic, so to speak, with what the show is about. And just for a character beat, it's, you know, it's how Elliot expresses himself with something that he understands fully and completely, and he uses that as a method to sort of understand himself a little bit better. So yeah, I enjoyed all that. It was a good speech, good performance, sets up the kind of tragic nature of some aspects of this episode. I'm going to say this now, I'm going to talk about it more in a minute, but I think ultimately what I love the most about this episode is that whilst the show at the moment has been very dire, it's been very bleak, ultimately this episode was all about hope. You know, there's always another day to solve the problems you may be facing. You know, it's very much about, like, don't give up. There's still time to do what you need to do. And, you know, like I say, we'll get there in a minute, but I think that is an important thing that this episode did, especially after last week, because I was like, even I last week was like, where do we go from here? Everything seems so shit right now. I don't see a good, happy ending for anyone. And then this episode comes along and it's like, no, hold on. There is hope. There is hope. You just got to find it. We also had Darlene coming in, wrecked emotionally as well, and worried about Elliot. And, you know, from this whole conversation, I was starting to get the vibe of where this was going to go. And Elliot's just kind of making an empty promise and like, yo, just leave me alone, go away. I was like, no, I don't think being alone is what you need right now, Elliot. I know where, I think I know where this is going. So yeah, I mean, it was a good scene, well played, it felt very real. But yeah, it's definitely set up this sinking feeling of where we were going to be going. Also just nice to see Elliot just airing out everything in his head openly, just sort of spewing it all out and just being like, this shit all happened, and what was the point of all of it, rather than reclusing it or breaking down and, you know, the Mr. Robot persona coming out. He was actually able to vocalize everything that was frustrating him, so that was a nice moment for him as well. So yeah, then as the episode strolled along, giving away all his stuff, throwing it out, the dog going to his landlord, getting the massive bag of morphine, it was like, yep, see where we're going, show. I see where we're going. I completely get how we've come to this point, because we know where Elliot is at emotionally and mentally, and this is something that's always kind of been on the cards, it feels like, and I think it was right the show addressed it. Again, but I'm happy that it addressed it in such a way where it kind of ends with Elliot finding hope, because all too often I feel like shows, movies, video games, all of it, all media stories, they find, or they use suicide as a way of just being shock value, which is a very dangerous thing and kind of a gross thing. Here, it felt like we've been with this character so long, you can completely understand why his head is here, why he's doing this, and the tragedy of all of it, from his, from everything we learned about his childhood to where he is right now with everything that's happened. I can completely see how he's in this situation. I didn't expect this at all. I love that he went to the families of our two characters, that he went to try and set the record straight. Because from that point, it felt like that was him trying to look for that hope. That felt like it was him reaching out, trying to be like, there's good I can do still, you know what I mean? Which I think was important to start establishing quite early in the episode. And like I say, his brother, the dude's brother, Mowgli's brother, arsehole. And boy howdy was I happy how that came back around to Elliot going back into his, I'm going to sort out the arseholes from the good people and do what I have to make sure the good people are looked after and protected. And if that means me stepping over some lines, doing the whole vigilante thing, I'll fucking do it. Elliot's back, baby. This whole sequence, and then going to her family and touching on the whole, let's be honest, just the racism of it all. Just I don't know why I didn't expect the show to touch on this, because it feels like a very apt thing that the show would touch on. And I'm happy that they did. And they handled it in such a way where, A, don't believe everything you read. That's kind of crucial. B, don't punish other people or just brush people with one brush simply because of one piece of information. It's a very complicated and deep issue. I'm happy the show touched on it. It made me angry. It made me mad, which I guess is kind of the point. All leading up to this kid, little brother coming to find him, and the fact that I feel like the kid knew the entire time, right? The kid knew the entire time what Elliot's headspace was, both because they could see something of themselves in each other, and obviously for Elliot, it was him getting to see his dad's perspective. Like, this is Elliot definitely committed to the idea that he's going to die, much like his dad, who was like, I'm going to die, and I have this kid who I have to look after. And putting Elliot in those same shoes was an interesting thing to do, but also reigniting the fire. And yeah, I just loved that there was, in an episode that's talking about some really dark shit. Like I say, it's talking about suicide, it's talking about racism, it's talking about all these very real, hard-hitting things in life, and yet from the moment that these two get teamed up, there's such a good humor there, and it's delicate. It's just this heartwarmingness there, and I think it's exactly what is needed to, one, where you start in a place where your character is contemplating suicide, what is going to bring them out of that, and both having the idea of your dead friend, brother, looking up to you and giving you the lease of life that you needed, but also the dual thing of being able to see yourself in that kid and the willingness to fight on, and like, I can still do something. But yeah, this whole stuff, going to see Back to the Future with this kid, like Elliot refinding his childhood innocence, and like I say, I keep saying it, his childhood hopefulness for the future, like the nerd off talking about what Back to the Future really means. And that lady got it, like how one mistake can change everything. And also, I think she misses the point in that the lengths that Marty goes to rectify that mistake. He doesn't just let it be there. He doesn't give up. He does everything he can to rectify that mistake, rather than just giving up, which, it's an important thing for Elliot. It's an important part of Elliot. So heartfelt and just an emotional roller coaster, dude. Like, it's like I say, it was just handled in the most perfect way it could have been. Having Elliot have this slow realization of, nope, this isn't the path. The moment where he's just breaking down on the kid's doorstep, where he's just suddenly realized what he was going to do. There's so much going on there. It's like I can't believe I held it together. I can't believe I was able to keep it together during that, because like that emotion really just hit hard. Like this whole, I can't even begin to explain it, because it's so much at once. Like this, him realizing he was about to end his life, on top of I have so much more to do, and this kid has just saved my life. This kid has just saved my life, and like I say, I think the kid kind of knew exactly what he was doing, and was just like, hey, I think we both need some help right now. Smart kid, basically. We both need some help right now, and I think we'll find it in each other, and they did. So yeah, that was just palpable emotions going through this whole episode. And obviously we had Elliot confronting the brother again, saying, yo, you get him a funeral, I want my invite, you better do a good eulogy, stop being a fucking dick, basically, because you're no better, you're also an asshole, you do some shady shit, so stop giving your brother a hard time, because he wasn't what the news reports. You fucking be good. Basically, be good. It was just the perfect way to show Elliot getting back in the saddle, as it were, just getting back on it. Yeah, great. I was so happy. I was so happy to see Elliot doing what he does best. And then we end on the scene between him and Angela playing a song from Bill and Ted. God damn it. Like, it's cheating. It's absolutely cheating, playing these music cues for me personally. Just hooking me right in. And just, going back to that childhood innocence thing, having a conversation about when they were kids, what they would wish for, and it was all about the journey of wishing rather than the destination, and just enjoying each other's company, and going back to that happy time. And Angela has felt extremely lost along with Elliot, and to have them clawing back to some kind of normality and innocence was just beautiful. It's a beautiful way of handling it, and like I say, giving me, the audience, the light, a light that is much needed at this point, that there might be something representing some happiness somewhere down the line, even though I know we've got a lot of episodes still to go, probably a lot of drama, a lot of twists still to come. We've also been dabbling in this whole time travel allegory still. We're still hinting at it. Like, there's definitely some nuance going on with that, and I don't know what it means. I don't think it's going to be exactly what I think. I don't think it's going to be literal time travel. It can't be, right? But some sort of metaphorical time travel that we're getting at here, because we've been hinting at it so much. There has to be something, right? Just love this episode. It's, it just came back full circle, showing Elliot getting back where he needs to be, doing what he has to do, putting his life back together. Like I say, it's kind of like this whole episode just feels like a much needed stopgap between everything that just happened and where we're going to go next. Like, we needed this episode to sit in the middle and go, okay, let's do this, let's address all of this from Elliot's point of view, then getting the email from Tranton with this, I could think we've got a plan that could undo the whole hack. So that's our trajectory going forward, is can we undo what we did? And, given into the themes of Back to the Future, can we undo the mistake that we did? Is there a better way? All of those things just coming together in a neat little package. That's the next step of the journey, I guess, is how do we do that? Is Mr. Robot going to be happy with that? There's plenty of drama that comes along with that choice, trying to undo the hack. But it definitely gives Elliot somewhere to go and something to aim for, which, again, I'll say it again, that hope. That's what I loved about this episode. It's all about hope and looking forward and, doing what you can to make up for your mistakes, but also not to beat yourself up too hard, and always just, strive forward, basically. Strive forward. I absolutely adore it. I loved its gentleness, its humor, the emotional roller coaster of it. This could just be like an independent short movie about someone dealing with some heavy shit, and it'd be amazing. It would be amazing. It was so good. So good. Just, yeah, good shit all around. Thank you for watching this one, guys. If you enjoyed it, please press the thumbs up. It helps me know you liked it. It helps to get seen by more people. Also, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this episode, and subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any future episodes. Like I say, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.